Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you're having a wonderful day and an even more amazing week. And if not, then please don't stress up. Everything will be fine. It works out in the end. Okay, now over here we talk about all things fragrances. So if that is your speed, then please consider subscribing. But in today's video, we'll be talking about chocolate and coffee fragrances, so I can help you decide which chocolate or coffee fragrance to get. Okay, now without wasting much of your time, let's get into this video. We'll be starting off strong with chocolate fragrances, and first on my list is Cacao by Fragrance World. Now this is going to be your realistic dark chocolate fragrance that smells so good. It has a beautiful orange note, and this is supposed to be inspired by Chocolate Greedy by Montale. The notes will be on the screen as usual. This smells like a dark chocolate and orange bark dessert. You know when you get dark chocolate and you melt it in the microwave, pour it into a pan, and then you get orange, you peel it and you slice it and put the orange you know when you get orange and like you slice it, the little triangles, I don't know if they're triangles or like ovals. I'll put a picture on the screen to describe what I'm trying to say. You put that over the chocolate and then you freeze it. You put it into the freezer and then it gets cold and you bite into it, the dark chocolate and the orange, everything, that juicy sweet orange and then the dark chocolate flavor. That is exactly what it smells like. It smells so good, but then this is also slightly spicy. It has notes of cardamom that like adds an extra kick to it. So it's spicy, dark orange, dark chocolate and orange fragrance that smells absolutely gorgeous. Like I said before, it is very realistic. It lasts really long. Longevity is absolutely amazing on this one. I get about 10 hours on skin with this one. Projection and sillage, it is pretty decent. It smells so good. I love it. Oh my god, this is a really good one. If you like dark chocolate scents, you like orange in a fragrance, you want it to have a slightly spicy kick, then definitely consider checking this one out because it's a really good one. On the list is going to be Najla by JC Perfume. Now this is not a popular brand, but they make really good perfumes. I love their fragrances. This is Najla and this is going to be your eyelash inspired by fragrance. It is similar to Nebras, but not exactly. And then I've also compared it with the original eyelash. So what I'm going to say is that this is going to be a spicier take on eyelash and Nebras. Now, compared to eyelash, this is spicier. This is creamier, where eyelash is more like, it starts with the red berries notes and then it smells slightly fruity in the opening and then it starts to dry down into a chocolate scent. This dries down into a more vanilla version. So it starts with the red berries, of course, and then you also get the saffron. The saffron, there's a lot more saffron here than there is in eyelash. The notes will be on the screen as usual. It smells really good. So like I said before, it is spicier than eyelash is and it is more vanillic than eyelash is. It has more vanilla. Then compared to Nebras, I would say that this is also spicier. Nebras is not as spicy as this. This is also sweeter, slightly sweeter than Nebras because of the vanilla. It has more vanilla than chocolate. I would say it's a perfect balance of chocolate and vanilla, but with a spicy kick to it. This is a really beautiful one and it lasts really long. I love the longevity on this one. I love the longevity on this one. And projection and sillage rise, it is really good as well. On skin, I get about 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours on skin with this one. On clothes is going to last you all day. Projection and sillage are pretty decent on this as well. If I were to pick one between this eyelash and Nebras, I would pick, it would depend on what I'm going for. If I want a spicier one but more vanilla, I will pick this because even though you get the cacao in here, the vanilla is what you get the most. It's a very creamy vanilla. So if you want a more vanillic take on eyelash, then definitely get this one. But if you want like a more cacao version of eyelash, then definitely pick up Nebras. But comparing this to eyelash, I would definitely pick both because layering them together is so good. Like you get the best of both worlds when you layer both of them together. But I love this one. Now, third on the list of our chocolate fragrances is going to be one that has, this is going to be Qissa Delicious by Paris Corner, and this gets a lot of hate because what was promised is not what people get, and I understand it. When they were marketing this, they said this was going to, everybody thought this was going to be a Nebras kind of fragrance, but with more chocolate. But I won't say they lied. I would just say that they did too much marketing. Like there was too much chocolate in the marketing video, because this is not a super dark or dense chocolate fragrance. No, this is a soft chocolate with the marshmallow and the coconut, no, the marshmallow and the whipped cream taking center stage in this fragrance. Is not as chocolatey as most people expect it to be, and that's why I think most people are disappointed, because they go in expecting this to be a very dense dark chocolate scent, and then they are disappointed when they find that the chocolate scent is very soft, and then what you get the most of is the whipped cream and the marshmallow and also the orange notes as well. But I love this. This is one of my favorite chocolate fragrances. I absolutely love it. And it's one that I'll always have in my collection because it smells so good. And it layers well with every other fragrance. Plus, in case you didn't know, I think this is inspired by Sweet Tooth by Sabrina Carpenter, because they smell very similar. And that came before this. So I don't know what Paris Corner was trying to do. Maybe they were trying to make a dupe of that one. I don't know. But this smells very, very similar to Sweet Tooth, because I have that as well. Longevity wise, this is going to give you 7 to 8 hours on skin. Then projection and sillage wise, this sits very close to skin. It's not a scent that projects that much. That's why it's perfect as a layering fragrance if you want to wear it out. But if you want to wear it on its own, then I would suggest you wear it maybe when you're taking a walk, you're not trying to do too much, or when you're just home, you just want something sweet and cozy, then this will be perfect for that situation. Let's move on to coffee fragrances. First on the list, I don't think this list will be complete if we do not talk about French Coffee by Our Rehab. This is one of the first coffee fragrance that I ever smelled, and it made me fall in love with coffee fragrances because it is so realistic and it is so good. And because of how realistic it is, it gets a lot of hate because a lot of people do not like that it is so realistic. Most people don't want to smell like they spilled coffee on themselves, and that is exactly what this smells like. If you wear this, people are going to think you spilled coffee on yourself. So I understand when people say they don't like it, but I absolutely love it. The notes will be on the screen, but it has notes. The most prominent note is the coffee. There's also a boozy rum note. And when I first got this fragrance and I looked up the notes on Fragrantica, it had a rum accord, a rum note in it, but they updated it and then the rum note is gone. But I still pick up the boozy notes. Like there's a boozy note here, which is rum. I get that. So it's a boozy. It smells like cappuccino to me. It smells like cappuccino that has an extra shot that has a little rum in it to add a boozy vibe. And then it also has hints of coconut and hints of cinnamon as well. There's also chocolate in here as well. This is really, really good. I love this. This longevity, 10 hours on skin is what you're going to get easily. On clothes is going to last all day. Projection and sillage, it does leave decent projection and sillage for the first 2 hours, and this goes crazy on a cold day or during winter. You would absolutely enjoy this then because of how dense it is. So yeah, this is one that I really, really love. I love French coffee, and it's one that I think I will always have in my collection because I love coffee fragrances. Now, second on the list is going to be a new release by Khadlaj. This is Cafe Latte by Khadlaj. It is a twin of Mocha Latte, which hasn't been officially released yet. I'm looking forward to that one. But for right now, this is one I have, which is Cafe Latte. And this is going to be your ambery nutty coffee perfume. And it smells basically like a cafe latte but without the milk to me, because cafe latte is supposed to be espresso and milk, but I don't get much of the milk, though a lot of people do say that, oh, they pick up the milk accord. I don't. I just get like a straight shot of espresso. It smells like somebody is making a shot of espresso in the kitchen while I'm standing there. And then there's the nut, there's a nuttiness to it. They added maybe like a nut syrup into the espresso, and then they added licorice into it as well. And in the room while they're doing this, maybe me or them, one of us is wearing like an ambery fragrance, a very strong ambery fragrance, and that just kind of mixes with the scent of the espresso and the nuts syrup, and it just smells amazing. I love how this smells. I love that it's so mature. It doesn't smell like it doesn't smell synthetic or cheap or too coffee. Like it's not something that would easily turn people off. No, it smells so good. It smells rich. It smells refined, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite coffee fragrances. Longevity wise, this lasts a good 12 to 14 hours on skin. This is strong. Once you spray, you're gonna see the oil concentration is a lot, and then the longevity and then projection and sillage, it does project decently for the first 3 hours of wear, but after that, then it's only when people come close to you that they are going to be able to smell it. But I really, really love this. I love how it smells. I love how it wears. I love that it's so mature. And Pro tip, layer both of them together. If you think this is a bit too strong, layer this over it, and oh my goodness, the best of both worlds, the best coffee bomb. Now, number 3 on the list is going to be Sensual Instinct by Montale. And this is also an ambery coffee perfume, but this has the addition of rose in here. And typically, I don't like rose. I'm not a big fan of rose, but I love how it's done in here. The blend with the coffee and the amber just elevates it and just makes it smell so, so good. Oh gosh, it's so good. It's so, so good. I love how it smells. I love how it wears. I love that the amber and the coffee perfectly balance the rose, and the rose is not overshadowing any of the other fragrances, any of the other notes. And I also think that this is very, very well blended. Like every other, you can smell every note. You can pick up the rose, you can pick up the amber, you can pick up the coffee, and together they just smell amazing and they smell so unique. And it's a coffee fragrance that you can wear anytime because of the amber and the rose again. So I think this is so good. It was perfectly done. Longevity, I get about 8 hours on skin with this one. Projection and sillage rise is pretty decent as well. It's not beast mode by any means, but it's good. It's a great fragrance and I love it. And it's one coffee fragrance that I can wear in any weather, cold weather, hot weather. It's perfect. Then last but not the least is going to be Miraj Exclusive by French Avenue, which is a branch of Fragrance World. Now this is going to be the most, I don't want to say problematic, but I'm going to say is the one that it's not a safe blind buy. Is the trickiest one out of all the coffee fragrances in my collection because this packs a punch with notes of incense and oud. Now, the incense is not here to play. It's not wafting through. No, it is there. It is present. It smells like somebody is burning incense in your presence. So it's the incense is there. The oud is present. It's there. The incense and the oud are very, very present in this fragrance. It also has notes of jasmine, but the jasmine is not doing too much. And then it has notes of coffee and then vanilla. And you start. The thing is, once you spray this, the first thing you're going to get is the incense and the oud, and that is going to carry on for the first hour, hour and a half, almost to the 2 hour mark. Then you're going to start to pick up hints of the coffee and the vanilla. That's when they start to show up. So this is a tricky one. If you don't like incense and you don't like oud, I would not recommend you go near this. But if you do, I will still recommend you sample because it can be a hit or miss. It's either this or that. There is no in between for this fragrance. You either like it or you hate it. And then another thing with it is that it lasts really, really long as well. Longevity on this is about 10 to 12 hours on skin. On clothes, it lasts a really, really long time. I love how it wears on clothes. And then projection and sillage, it projects really, really well. You're going to smell it. People are going to be able to smell it. This is the one that is beast mode. This is very, very beast mode. And then it is also super strong. So you have to be careful when you wear this fragrance because if you're the type that you're easily prone to headache, it's going to cause you headache if you wear it during the hot weather. I can't wear it when the weather is hot. I have to wait until the weather is really cold before I pull this out. And that is the reason why my bottle is so full because I got it when the weather was really hot and it hasn't gotten cold here in Nigeria for me to wear this. So I haven't had time to enjoy this, but it's a beautiful fragrance. I love how it smells. It smells so, so good. And it's one of my favorite coffee fragrance. And it's also the fragrance that made me love incense and oud. I'm not a big fan of incense. I'm not a big fan of oud, but with it in this fragrance, it is done to perfection, and I love how it wears. And then this is also inspired by Bewitching Jasmine by Penhaligon. So there's that. So yeah, that's all for today. Let me know in the comment section which fragrance you would love to wear, and also let me know, are you team coffee or team chocolate? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. If you watch up until this point, then please consider subscribing. Please also like and share this video. Thank you so much because your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching and see you on the next one. Bye.